Inside Story Uganda. Real source of politics.
Anga tunagendeyo katamwa mitamale. Katono nnyo wali wetubadde. Ogenti bino biri intended ku tatana linnya lya parliament. But again, is this the right time on mitamale Mirundi?
Byatandika ddi. Did they tell you the government procurement process ezo benzo roza bazikola wano tiziwa wavo munno ezo benzo ziva German.
Okay, that is for the benz.
What
about allowances?
Andi kugambe
okweyongeza
40%. Benzi yange jenina bajija London wavo munno ejenzi London ya lifted empya ekitegerezo benzi tiziri ku sente ezo amadi cars. This was a procurement of the other day. But did they tell you tituina process jetulimu? It's to incite the population. Timu 7 ye tali ku bantu tali ku reality kubabiraga wa nedda nange sijja mwogerera ngana
You're not responding to my question.
Nkubulidde.
Chocha motoka, it's understandable.
Yes.
How about the 40% allowances? Ezabuli mbaku wa parliament.
It's not fair, but they have the power.
Andi nkubulira. Ngabuli mna Uganda aka.
Olwa economic challenges. Timweche mutamanyi kiri kimu. Parliament kanye bwe bali bakola constitution. Batunulira parliament ya America Congress. The American Congress has powers to increase its allowances in relation to inflation. Bano bayala bavu ababaka sente bali kumanirenda sibe bantu abali constitution je mwakola tiyali yabano.
Are they still in touch with the
ekiti kibaliko bayina assignment ya myaka 5 n'abakoba you do. The parliament was insulated. President cannot dissolve parliament. It is not Museveni. It's the framers of the constitution who didn't know the category of people we have. For us, political science, to get a systems analysis. When you want to look at the same system, the American politicians are rich people who come to serve. These are Pumbavu, these are paupers. Sikini za katunda baba teka musente oyinza n'okusanga ababaka ba parliament nga babaleta babajja ku musolo babewulira sente mu parliament mu banks. They are heavily indebted. Kakati when you ask me, a political scientist, I can tell you ekizibu kya Uganda kiki abakola constitution ate mugenda gikyusa temusobola gikyusa kubanga parliament okwewa privileges zaayo ani anakireta maybe at a referendum mukireta mu referendum nti nedda the constitution oba court ga yekirulinze ne vuba fere bwe namazo government basajja mujjayo muti ababaka ba opposition abatone kati bagobya abena alemu
lero bagobi babiri ndabyeko
kubanga enseba tamiddwa ono yesibebesi jemiri oyo yete Kasabesi jayabya nikyabika embuzi ze n'embwaze n'abaana be balina kuyingira binya bya Messi.
Awemba njagala okudda.
Yes.
Nti controversy gitwala bya Belia Dr.
Yes.
Obukadda.
This one is a kada.
And later
tamanyi future.
High court yageta ebyetemuli.
Andi kubulidde kati ona yino bamukubidde simu kati besi ye nawaguza ayina kudduka kuyingira binya bya Messi nga nakalema. Kubanga itika balamuzi banno toyinza kwogera 3 ne boogera 3 tekisoboka.
Omulamuzi badagala kufuna
kinyo omulamuzi ali excited kabampana ekyokubiri naye yabadde mwavunga abaana badda mu ssomero kasaba bafuna sente za bairu bazibbayo abalamuzi bazibbayo bakola obupapula yali muyala n'otomanya nti kati ayina kuteekako nga Besigye awangudde ayina kuteekako n'omukazi we n'embwazi
amuli agakagwawo ag'ennaku genfuna kati eri omukozi w'oku radio Alex Ndawura abamanyi obulungi yakubanga ennyo muziki ku Capital FM ate nga yamala ekiseera kinene nnyo ng'aweereza ku mu industry y'amawulire afudde. Alex Ndawura oba DJ Alex abamanyi ku Dance Force ku Capital FM ne yeah abaddewo for some good time avudde mu bulamu bw'ensi
Jeno Kayanja bwe yali agabira abayimbi emmere yamuwa sabuuza abasajja bano mbagamba nti naye muwa abayimbi emmere naye amebandi yo mugiwa kubanga eno yo waliyo enjawulo kakati nze mbagamba what you should do is that create a freedom square for people like Besigye. Mugende mulete teka mu parliament muliteekemu nti when you apply ngoyagala okugenda okuwogana poliisi tekugaana tiina excuse yonna mu Rwanda baba bagenda okuba enkuŋŋaana mu campaign bazikuba mu bisaawe RPF ebigula byonna bande babula bakuba no we mu colonial times waliwo omuti ogw'eddembe freedom tree nga mwe bakuŋŋaanira ne bawugana gazeti Elias ez'okuwuganiramu nga Besigye abapoliisi bamukwata omanyi muwa alternative kati bamukwata bagayabuze bamutwala luddawa yes create a freedom square oba Namboole oba naye nga teriko restrictions
nga gyomutwala
nga bawugane gye bagenda
akolereyo emivuyo gye
yes ate abenaalimu bo Katonda yabakolimira kyebamanyi sente dino money zokka n'okujoga aba bakoledde ndiyo nga basanze abasajja bali smart ngaffe nkikuteerawo ate ffe abendaani mwe twefuula abanuupu n'abaaki nga ffe tusooka okuba enkuŋŋaana okumala emyezi 2 nga ffe tugendayo poliisi tetukwata ekyo oluna abali basente kati bawulidde babatazikuta nabanyumiza luli ti Bobi Wine namubulya nziye gye yajjamu naye nsabali eddame lyange ligamba kubira ewaffe temulinnyangayo
baani
tubonyebonye emyaka 10 nga fabiri
tetujja
abalirinnya bajabo baba battire ffe tetulina gwe twagala bakakati abo bannalweso nga batwala
kansome wano okay kansome akatabo wano katabo kano bakayita the rise and making of Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine and the story of Kasobeza. Kuno ndabako ekifaananyi kya mwami Kyagulanyi nga yambadde overall emyufu n'abantu alinga anoonya akalulu. Akatabo kano kawandiikibwa mwami Joseph Tamale Mirundi yakawandiika ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 olunaku lwali wakuna December 2022 nga otuyingira akalulu ka 2021 kitegeeza akatabo kano kawangadde emyezi nga 7 oba 6 n'ekitundu gyokka sofa eyo nti December tuyingira akalulu December okulenda kwali kwa January no predicting
yes
katika nsome wano Bobi Wine takes advantage of government blunders with the assistance of the media who are his mentors. Bobi Wine has taken advantage of government mistakes. For example, although government has a good case for not holding mass rallies during campaigns, the population does not know this. With no clear explanation, Ugandans, including key players like religious leaders, think that Museveni does not want Bobi Wine to address his supporters. This is because the Electoral Commission has not published the electoral laws and the Health Act that was invoked in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. This new law was debated and passed by Parliament, and Museveni does not sit in Parliament. The mafia gang, which is fronting Bobi Wine and which controls the media, knows this law very well, that publishing it would exonerate Museveni. Pouring tear gas kwe muto wano. This is another area which Bobi Wine's handlers have exploited to the maximum. I have always argued that firing tear gas in order to disperse Bobi Wine's rallies backfires on Museveni and ends up helping Bobi Wine. 1. The population is not aware that Bobi Wine violates the electoral laws. This is because the public is not aware of this law. Number 2, as Museveni strictly observes the law by addressing 2,000 delegates, his party candidates, though, violate it in full glare of the media cameras. This means that Museveni's government and the Electoral Commission are put in an awkward position. This works in Bobi Wine's favor. The mafia elements in police fire tear gas in front of cameras as rallies, on the other hand, continue. You can't tell an ordinary Ugandan or the world that NRM leaders are not violating the law without the consent of the president. Therefore, government cannot defend itself that such incidents are the work of the mafia in government. 3. A critical look at the police reveals that selective pouring of tear gas adversely affects Museveni and the NRM candidates' popularity. This is so because a directive or call for ceasefire must be observed by both parties, not only one side. If one of the parties violates the ceasefire, it triggers defiance from the other side. The impact of tear gas on the population also affects the NRM supporters and leaders as well. Innocent people are targeted, including schools, hospitals, and the entire population. Tear gas is applied selectively, and whenever you see police firing tear gas, you know it is intended to undermine Museveni and the NRM candidates. Omutwe, omulala. Bobi Wine has been exposed. I have repeatedly submitted that Bobi Wine is the making of one of the factions of the mafia outfit. Bobi Wine was assigned to canvass support for the mafia-financed MPs and LC5 chairpersons. This is why those who oppose him restrict their attacks to his inability to be the president of Uganda. They, however, do not dispute his mobilization skills. This is the same role they wanted the late Nasa Ntege Sebagala to play. His popular slogan, Haja Lagidde, exposed him as a hunting dog for Dr. Besigye. Even if he had won the presidential elections, he could not take power because he had two agreements with Besigye. This is how the mafia operate. As long as you don't interfere with their money and defend them, you are a patriot or a comrade. They have the hunter and the hunting dog. When it comes to money, the hunting dog must be ejected and replaced with a trusted comrade from the mafia camp. This is the arrangement between Bobi Wine and his mafia sponsors. The mafia failed to understand that anybody who qualifies to stand as presidential candidate is a potential president. If Bobi Wine was unfit, then why was he registered in the first place? Secondly, the qualifications of a president and parliamentarian are the same. Why didn't they challenge his capacity to be a member of parliament? Another glaring example that exposes Bobi Wine in his return is his return to Luuka after he was arrested and his rally dispersed. The Minister for Presidency, Esther Mbayo, was later accused of directing police to disperse the rally. Mbayo later lost his son under mysterious Mbayo later lost her son under mysterious circumstances. She used every opportunity to deny that he was not behind Bobi Wine's troubles in Luuka. The question is, how could a whole minister deny having a hand in a rally of an opposition politician? That means Bobi Wine can determine her chances of re-election. In normal circumstances, Bobi would have sought clearance from the Electoral Commission to go back to Luuka. He, however, went back and held a peaceful rally. So what is the difference between the two rallies? Did he agree with the police to follow the guidelines this time? This exposed Bobi Wine because his second rally was meant to save Mbayo's political career. On the same trail, Bobi went to Kamuli, where police unleashed tear gas to undermine Rebecca Kadaga. The mafias, like I said before, do not want Kadaga to return to parliament and become speaker. The mafias know that the new parliament will play a very important role as the president moves towards retirement. It is parliament that will debate reports of the Auditor General on projects involving huge billions of stolen money. The mafias want to dominate the new parliament. The mafias want a rubber stamp parliament as an insulator or a shield against future prosecution. As the international community continues to tighten its noose around their necks, this is the only remaining exit, the fear to go into exile. Akatabo wano mutwe gugamba assassinating Bobi Wine. A desperate and panicky person can end up making more and grave mistakes. If anybody assassinates Bobi Wine, the country may plunk into anarchy. In my end, into a genocide. Okay, it may, I think that's what you wrote. It may end into a genocide because the public believes that all the DPCs that are harassing Bobi Wine hail from one ethnic group. History is full of examples of countries where politics has led to bloodshed. In Philippines, the opposition leader, Ferdinand Aguero, was assassinated and Marcos' regime fell. In Rwanda, the Hutu extremists killed Habyarimana to stop the Tutsi from returning home, but the assassination resulted into death of close to 1 million people. However, since the public has been made to believe that there was bad blood flowing between General Muhoozi and Bobi Wine, government must provide security for Bobi Wine. Museveni, on the other hand, does not believe in political assassination. Museveni usually hands over a rope to his opponents to hang themselves. In some cases, he resorts to the law to tame errant government officials and the military. Nullifying the elections. Let me conclude my submission with a reminder to those who are violating the laws as directed by Electoral Commission. The 2022 election is different from the 2021 election is different from the previous elections, and therefore guided by benchmarks that can lead to nullification. Some people think that no Ugandan judge can make such a radical decision. However, we should observe the following. 1. The judiciary in Uganda has seen the benefits of being credible. Those who have stood by the people have been rewarded by the rewarded international jobs, while those who do not have lost opportunities. 2. The judges retire with their benefits, meaning that they have no need to work in the shadow of the big brother. 3. Museveni cannot seek another election, as this must be his last lap. Therefore, people are positioning themselves for a post-Museveni era. Ugandans should also take note of precedents like what happened in Kenya and Malawi. Tukomao. Edachika zimpedeko. Nyonyolako mudachika 5 fune ku bantu mwa Tamale.
Bagende wa president bamugamba. Mirundi yawagira Bobi Wine.
President bamugamba.
Museveni n'abaganda mugamba bulire. Oyo musajja mumanyi mugezi nnyo. Tawagirangako ku Bobi Wine. Era yishe yakola yantumira b'ofisa b'amagye babiri bajjeno mbanyonyere tear gas ne mbanyonyera nga bwenjogedde. Tear gas yali ayamba Bobi Wine. It was done selectively. Bobi Wine yagenda ekibuga emubende emisyana tebakuba tear gas. A powerful minister from that region prevailed over the police. Bumukuba tear gas ngenda kugwa. Nemba wecho kulabeko nemba gamba tear gas bamukubanga nga Bobi Wine bamujja mu kibuga we bamumanyi ne bamutwala mu kyalo bakubeyo tear gas. Tear gas bomukuba bwana bulwala obuto embuzi zife bisolo bifa. Nemba gali luko ati Bobi Wine yagende wayume tebakuba tear gas.
Mwekuboko.
Nagende wagundi. Ono mukyala mbula babuuza. Ono yali mu presidency. Ate bambi that woman was punished.
Estambayo.
Mbayo.
Eluka.
Ne bamukuba tear gas. Omwana wambayo gwayina omubwati gwe yali ayina n'afa. Seriously. Ne mafia yabuzabuza Museveni. Mbayo yali abavunaana government printers je bali babye. Ne sente ze bali babye zona omusajja magezi opposite of his name as a stamp. Ne balumba Mbayo. Museveni normally tagoba bannamwandu naba abera sympathetic ku muntu n'omulwadde wa sirimu tamugoba. But Museveni dropped Mbayo after losing her son, the only son he had. Why? Bobi Wine went back at Mbayo's place. Night yamuna agende kamulemu but your gas. Buyedde okubizita bamukuba. Kubanga eri bali bagali wakadaga agwe. Kakati Bobi Wine okuddayo era be bamulagira. Museveni alowooze Bobi Wine yayambye kadaga okudda. Abasajja babala.
Kyali ekibalo.
Siyinza kubaddamu. Nabwokolo tyane bwobompa bwa.
Wadduka.
Nadduka zemba manyi.
Wateekako.
Nabawona ebyewaffe byamponya binamponya ebiri. If a crocodile throws you out of the lake to the banks, can you go back? A crocodile must throw you deeper into the water. But if you get a chance of a crocodile throwing you on the banks, can you go back swimming? Yes, badam. Nemugozi muwagiria mukirasa tayinza kumpita era nagenda mu state house kasayamala okwogera n'entema nadduka nalinchira byazinira bali bano bantu. Are these people real people?
mwete mbamanyi myai nozemu politics wabwe olaba bwe bangoba olwamala okungoba doni gwe baleeta bajjuza sente mu kitundu bakanyuka kasasiro eyo teri mwana wa Mirundi ayinza genda kasasiro eyo mwijja kwetwalayo mweka
ogambye ne jeno muhozi bwe yamala okwogera
Ayina we
otya bakomredi
anti batandika okujja okumbuuza ndidde emmere obasiridde nentegeera bantegedde nentema nagamba abasirikale ndi abange emoto nina empeke ez'emmira ku ssaawa zino 4 naye bwe mbasizimize ngenda kubwana ensimbu mumpiki emmotoka yange ngende bampeemu okomawo nti nkomawo sinza kuleka muzeeyi nga tani nentema
kankufune 075 ne 03 ye namba esimu kuba oyita nkuwulire
kati amonge bamutunuziza ekiwekete nti anti bati bakubulya procedure is not amonge. Even if it was another speaker or deputy speaker, the vehicles were acquired long before.
So what do you akuba speaker ne deputy speaker in parliament?
Era bakyogera Museveni abule ennaku ntono agenda ayogere ki?
Emmotoka y'abantu babiri.
Sente meka?
Billion 3.
Yes. Mu mbeera eno. Kati aba monitor ne basiba kakagundi bwe kati kakatuni kaabwe ngaye Museveni munene bwati akutte mundu nenga kana Uganda akasibye akanywezeza akabya byenda besije tokyalina bw'omukwata amutelinga ibana abantu babi sirabanga group y'abantu babi ngeno and they call themselves balokole. God will punish you for calling yourself balokole. I have not come across a mulokole here. Mu government temuli
kale kamfune kubanda. Hello Radio 4 Radio 7
omukulu
sebo
onale butubina kifuma
sebo oli kunsunsuze
kulamusiza taata omukulu ASP Charles Twine naye ku mukutu kwali akutumidde kakati omukuku nabu naye mulamusiza naye nze mubuuza nti emitwalo 7 gino bajja ku polisi y'abannafu abasirikale gavumenti oba omukulembeze w'eggwanga olukolo talumanyiiko n'abazirya kwagala nnyo ono engineer Sessa
webali engineer
ekyembewuunyako abasajja abo nti Museveni asiba empologoma embwa nemwetoolozza olujja amagye galina buzalendo the largest esinga ne banks obungi amagye bagasasula police tesasula why where does the police ate okibuuza Museveni kibuuze bo buuza abakulu ba police bajja kuba fete nido lwaki tubazinga ochola lwaki tubazinga
omugaga Sawurembo nga bulijjo inabwe eno etali mubaka kati sebo wada mukungu omukulu Tamale Mirundi n'ekibuzo kinjagala mubuuza ababaka nawulidde mbu bagenda kweyongeza omusaala Tamale Mirundi akyogerako ki gato omugaga Sawurembo
let me tell you ababaka ba parliament etteeka libawa constitution yabo obuyinza okweyongeza ensako zaabwe mayinja yayimba tibolooza nti mumagye mulimu ssente genda ebombo nawe fuuka omubaka wa parliament I cannot attack a person who has a privilege nababuuza nti omusiraamu ayina ssente ze ayinza ogenda okuwasa omukazi owokunako waliwo abaava abatalina wasa
mukulu wadde mukungu
sebo
amusiza sebo
nange bwente sebo
nze mwe mukyapa masindiki yeno sebo mukulu ndi mulamusiza kakati mukulu mukuza encho omukulembeze w'eggwanga agenda kwogera ku state of the nation
okay
mulinde ate asumulula osona kati byagenda okwogera birinde anti si mwaka gujja mulinde yes
Kungu, thanks for the program. That big man I'm Muchungura listening in from Hoima. I'm Linus Muchwezi Masindi mwebale kutuwereza Kungu webale kuwereza nze Irene Nyambindo Masindi, big up to the wise man Tamale Mirundi. Adam, thanks for the show. I'm Patricia Chiyu ya Masindi ngoberera. Helen Masindi, thanks for the show. Kwetuli tuwuliriza Kagwa in Neva. We don't know where to. Mr. Tamale Mirundi on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. We miss him on those days.
Teka kati mumubeere wano ate nyezo okulangirira wala ku radio y'abalala
bakulu mbalamusiza mbuuza kiganira yali waggwanga ki
ekiganira yali musajja muganda naye bw'osoma kiganira maybe I will dig out your history about kiganira bukedde mubawandiikireko anti bawulira byenjogera bukedde kani dig out kiganira okumanya kiganira yali w'amaanyi lwe baakuba empaka n'oyo omusajja abamawulire baava South Africa mu nnyonyi ne Kenya mu nnyonyi to witness omusajja competition yatamulira mu nnyanja and kiganira had almost defeated the Morocco until he closed near the banks of the lake.
Abuza kino ye Isa
kiganira woze muganda
Imam Isa alikamuli onagamba bakulu mbalamusiza nnyo kwe tulitumbudde webale onagamba Kaija Katera Kiria Ndongo district jambo Kizito Siraje from Masindi jambo Brown Masindi webale. I do appreciate your program Congo Ambrose Salongo Ambrose Kabango onagamba Adam thanks for the service Tompaderi Nyalio Barogambie service Kapa from Masindi Kungu webale kueleza nze Joseph Nganga Masindi kwetuli omugaga Saurembo webale Kungu Mr. Tamale Mirundi I'm Ben from Pata tuned in onagamba Kungu kwetuli buli kintu kibaako enkomerero Minister wa Minerals n'abakubyayogera Kiboga sekandi munna Kiboga kwali Kungu thanks for the program Chris in Hoima onagamba Kungu jambo Mr. Tamale we love him so much onagambye ye MC Cobra Chebando onagamba Kungu Tamale kwetuli singa Uganda twandibadde bulungi jambo sa salamu zangu kwa bwana mkuu shikamo marahaba na baraka la Mungu iwe nanyi daima John kutoka Masindi katono nyuma mitamale Kungu jambo thanks for the program this is Gerard from Chiswata Beni Masindi Chinyara kwendi gwensonga Kungu bali kutuereza nze tofa munagomba kwendi ngoberera Stewart Yuji Masindi Kungu kwetuli tuwuliriza nagamba ye Kiruhu Brian Kiruhura munkole kwendi mpuliriza Tamale thanks for the program Kungu bali kueleza ono serumansi kuva mudugudu ngoma oyo musajja byayogera bitufu nnyo tumwagala nnyo ngoma yo netumbudde bali kueleza nze Blackman kwendi ntumbudde call me Muhammad Rwakayata kwendi Adam Kungu jambo Julius Chiribata thanks for the great show with Mirundi I'm Henry Kechi Motozi Kinyogoga Nakaseke Asenda ulembuya jambo onagamba kunsunsu zikwendi Kenneth Muzinda Nsanji Kungunze Businje Fred from Burisa Afande Kasango Rashid jambo nabalabane abangobere dakade ko kangoba sisobola kuberanga nyongero okufuna abantu okusingako awo ninga mbebaza onagaye Kungu and Tamale Mirundi enjoy your program Radio Fund Radio 7 we are tuned in
mamu batemiemu abatimamu abantu benkoledde sente abagaga bengagawaza bamanyo bungi abatemiemu anti abatimamu obuntu bwetwogera nateeka naye ku gundi eye ku platform omusangana yalina abantu 5 but byame create kati nkubuulira
nga tumaliza
the person who witnessed this competition is still around yali owamawulire bamuyita Mubiru Duta alirungujja anybody any journalist any media institution that would like to get the details about oyo musajja gundi bwafaanana Besigye afune omusajja bamuyita Mubiru Duta Mubiru Duta yajja n'aba drum yali ali mu East African community nga yakulira ebyamawulire but accompanied a team hiring ennyonyi okujja Entebbe ba witnessinge olutalo lwa Ebowa nani n'oyo musajja yes wali I can tell you that story
wabali mwa mitamale